Hey guys, it's Vani from Mrs. Mom's Homeschool and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you 5 tips to handle your homeschool challenges. So one of the challenges that I hear a lot of people face when they start homeschooling is that parent versus teacher role. And I hear people telling me that their children are not taking them seriously as a teacher, and this happened to me as well when my daughter, my oldest, first started homeschooling. So my first tip is to be sure to set clear rules and expectations for learning time and follow through with behavior consequences. So we always set a routine, and the kids know that every morning after breakfast and after their chores, it is time to school, no matter what. If it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, actually not Tuesday because we do co-op on Tuesdays, but if it's a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, they know that after breakfast we're gonna have school time. And we do screen time tokens, which they get to earn if they are having a great day of school, getting along with each other, and for listening, using fast listening with me. So having the motivation of them earning screen time and them not automatically getting it really does help to keep them on track to having a good school day. Also, being very consistent in having your school and not taking off any days, especially not at the beginning when you're first starting, and not being too relaxed. In the beginning, you have to establish a routine for a couple of months if you're a new homeschooler in order to get the kids in the flow of what is expected of them and what is going to happen. Another challenge that parents face is juggling. How do you juggle housework, parenting, laundry, errands you have to run, shopping, your pets, trips, work, business, etc. One way is to establish a set schedule where you have set times for chores, school, work, and errands. Another option is to have different days where you get to do certain chores, or where you know that these are the days where you're going to be out of the house to do errands. And if there are times where you have to leave the house, you can always bring the kids' schoolwork into the car. They can do the car schooling, and there's always a way to fit in the things that you want to do. If you have a schedule, if you plan it out ahead of time, it makes it easier for you to follow and for everything to get done that needs to get done. Also, make sure that you learn to delegate chores to your children, so they're helping you around the house and you're not having to do everything by yourself. It teaches them responsibility, and it also gives you a chance to do other things that you have to do. Meal planning is also another way that you can save time during your school week. If you plan maybe on the weekends for your meals, maybe you make all the meals and freeze them, or at least just have a menu. Make sure you have your groceries on hand. That definitely saves up some time and thinking about what you're going to make, or having to go to the grocery store, not having what you need. Prepping that menu and those meals ahead of time is definitely a big help. Also, when you're homeschooling, try to run around doing house chores during the time that your kids are going to need you, because it's only going to be frustrating when you're trying to run around doing a million things at once. So what you can do is, when the kids are working on a project that's independent, say they have 30 minutes to read and they're going to be doing that by themselves and they're not going to need your help, that could be a good time where you will go and put in a load of laundry, or maybe clean the kitchen, or do some work if you have a business or something like that, that you can squeeze that time into your day. Another homeschooling challenge is caring for younger children. If you guys have been following my channel, you know I have a 7-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 2-year-old. So what we normally do now, one of my tips is to make sure that your toddler or preschooler is also in the homeschooling routine, and meaning that they know that your older children are going to be learning and you're going to be teaching them in the morning for certain times, and you teach them how to entertain themselves. So if you have set things for them to do, whether it's playing with Play-Doh or maybe some busy boxes, there's so many tips out there for homeschooling with toddlers and preschoolers, where you can even set special work boxes each day of the week, or you take them out at a certain time and the kids can play with certain toys only at a certain time, or if you just find different ways to entertain them and keep them busy. You can also create educational activities for them to feel included, and maybe do a little bit of schooling with them first, schooling with the little ones first, so that they can feel included, fill their love tanks first before you go on and work with the older ones. Be sure also to include them in hands-on activities. If you have a science experiment, make sure that they're there with you guys watching and helping. and learning. And another big tip is if your little one takes a nap, that's when you definitely can work on the assignments with your children where they're going to need attention. For example, my son, he needs a lot of hands-on with all of his subjects because he's only in 2nd grade, so the language arts is one of the longer subjects. So if my toddler were to nap, that would be a time when I would do the language arts. When she was younger, I would do his language arts when she would nap. Now that she doesn't, sometimes I will put on an educational video for her to watch during that time to keep her busy so that I can completely focus on my son. Another problem that homeschoolers have is feeling isolated. So if you're feeling isolated, maybe you feel like you're stuck in the house a lot, you just need to get out of the house. Make sure you try to join some groups, whether it's a play date group or homeschool co-op, so that you can meet other like-minded moms or dads with children who are being homeschooled, because it feels so much better when you don't feel like you're alone. You guys can share your challenges with each other and stay connected. You can plan play dates where your kids can socialize together and you can socialize with their parents as well. You can have all day at the co-op to socialize with the other parents. And if you're not one that easily makes friends or you're a bit shyer, you're definitely going to have to just come out of your shell a little bit to make sure that you're not feeling isolated and you're able to make some friends who are like-minded. You can even have a once a month or once a week, depending on you, mom's night or mom's day, where you go to lunch with other moms, with or without the kids. Or maybe you go out once a month to have coffee with a mom, or go to the spa or go shopping, or something that's just you with another maybe homeschooling mom that you can talk to and just, you know, de-stress and just get away from the kids for a little bit and do something for you. Another option is to join a women's Bible study group. They have those at churches during the day where you can go, and they have childcare, so your kids can go be with other kids. They can take their schoolwork with them, and then you have an hour or so to have a Bible study with other women. And the last challenge that we face as homeschoolers is the people who do not agree with homeschooling. It could be family members, it could be the person at the grocery store is wondering why your kid's not at school, it could be the librarian, it could be anybody who just is not for homeschooling. They have a lot of negative things to say instead of keeping it to themselves, and they don't understand it, so they have to say negative things about it. But what you can do is just keep your confidence up. You know that you're doing the right thing for your family. Don't feel like you have to answer everybody's questions. You can give them a simple answer and move on. You don't have to be rude about it. But no matter what, just don't let those doubters get you down. You're doing what's right for you and your children. You know that you're making the right decision. So just ignore people's comments and just keep pressing forward. So I hope that I was able to help you guys out a little bit. There's a playlist in the description of this video that will have other mothers that have different challenges and tips for how they face those challenges. So make sure that you check out the description for that playlist. So, and if this video was helpful to you, feel free to share it. Please like it and consider subscribing, and we will see you next time.